Governor Umoino receives YPP decampees, emphasized need for commitment. Deputy Governor receives winners of Akone Yaganye Girl Child Speech Competition. Plus, a privately owned palm kernel oil factory, Sifan Farms, begins production. Hello there, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on NTA News. My name is Clement Barikui, and don't forget that this broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times Channel 103 and on our Facebook and YouTube pages at NTA Uyo. Treasure your restoration, maintain your resolution to stay within the People's Democratic Party, and demonstrate your commitment to the government through hard work. Governor Umoino handed down this charge while receiving returning stewards to the PDP in Government House. Kevin Samuel reports.
Addressing the returnees, Governor Eno says it is normal in politics for people to toe different paths in times of contest and create a healthy opposition based on long-standing relationships or convictions per time. He notes that a healthy opposition helps challenge the government to gear up for performance, especially if done void bitterness. He welcomes them all while directing unconditional reintegration into the People's Democratic Party.
If we put that kind of resistance, probably wouldn't have been where we are today. You think it's a walkover. You think power is not a walkover. There must be that strong resistance. And so it was that fight that made us prepare some more. It was that fight that made us stay more focused. So you did the right thing. And any place that is strong opposition in me, the government will take people for granted.
Because we've been here foresight that politics of rotation and zoning we work at Bosika government for 2 days of 2 terms. You don't do that is the first thing people have seen and noted that is going to work. You can't change goalposts while the match is on.
Earlier, representatives of the returnees, while assuring of their readiness to work with Umoino's administration, said they are convinced that the hand of God is in the present leadership of the state as seen on day-to-day activities of the governor and his team. The 46-man delegation represents members from across the 3 senatorial districts and the state. From the government house, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
5 students from Oro Nation who emerged winners of the maiden edition of Senator Akone Yangaye Girl Child Speech Competition have been presented with their prizes with a charge to remain focused in pursuit of their dreams. Kevin Samia reports that the Deputy Governor performed the presentation in our office, Government House, Uyo.
Organized by the Oro Leadership Roundtable, the Senator Akone Yangaye Girl Child Speech Competition is aimed at inspiring young girls for greater heights. Presenting winners of the maiden edition to the Deputy Governor, the team leader, Udeme Nyang, says the competition provided an opportunity for students from the 5 local government areas of Oro Nation to participate as a way of celebrating the 64th birthday of the Deputy Governor.
The performances of the girls were so awesome, and we were impressed that the future is female. So we consider it important that we have to give them a rising wing by making them to meet with our excellency so that they receive the momentum to move to the great future that we envisage for females in our Akwa Ibom State.
The Deputy Governor, Senator Akone Yangaye, while receiving the winners, commends the organizers for the job well done, saying that she is convinced that the Oro Leadership Roundtable is instilling in the younger generations the boldness and audacity to stand out in their various fields of endeavor. She encourages them to always have in mind that God created them without limitations.
What you're trying to imbibe in this younger generation is what to make them to stand out. To stand out. You start building in them the boldness, the audacity of standing before people to speak. Even if there's a mistake, there's room for them to correct. That's the training you're bringing into the lives of the younger ones. So I want to appreciate you.
High point of the event was a representation of the winning speech to the Deputy Governor and presentation of prizes.
Permit me also to acknowledge the earnest efforts of a very distinguished Deputy Governor, Senator Dr. Akone Iyaani, whose unwavering devotion to championing the cause of the female child I proudly stand to defend.
From the Government House, we go Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
A privately owned palm and kernel oil factory set up to serve the south-south region of Nigeria and beyond has commenced production at full capacity in Akwa Ibom State. Speaking with NTA News, the Chief Executive Officer of Sifan Farms Nigeria Limited says the factory is in the production of high-quality palm oil and related products, catering to both domestic and international markets. The reports.
Every month we do our harvesting, from 21st of the month to take the last day of the month. After harvesting, we have a tricycle that conveys the palm fruit from the farms to our factory.
It is a palm and kernel oil factory, one of the biggest privately owned factory of its kind in this part of the world. Production goes on like this every week, thanks to the more than 16 plantations covering about 100 acres of land from where the raw materials used to feed the factory come. With a capacity to produce 8 tons of both palm and kernel oil weekly, Sifan Farms Nigeria Limited has 6,000 high yields and all seasonal palm stands, which will soon increase in no distant time.
So it's important to have good quality in all your products and measurable. The quality assurance has to be measurable. And because of that, it was important for us to get experts from the agricultural department in New York. One is a professor with a PhD in New York. He's the one that directs us actually how to plant, how to manure, how to get the best product. And when people talk about bleaching, we say no. Bleaching is a no for Sifan Farms. We want quality. We don't want something that in the next 10, 20 years, people are suffering from cancer because we want to make money, and we don't want to be rich that way.
Apart from producing high quality and affordable fresh edible palm oil, crude palm kernel oil, and palm kernel cake, the factory is promising to take more Nigerian youths out of the labor market, and the corporate social responsibility for the members of this community is just one out of the many efforts to improve the living conditions of the people.
So those are the things that we are doing by doing the palliatives, and like I said, that was the first time we started 2022, so 2023 we did that, and that is something that is going to be ongoing. Easter, we are going to do something for the children for Easter, and then back to school in September, we will come back and bring books, book bags, pens, stuff like that to help support the children as they go back to school.
Sifan Farms Nigeria Limited, with head office at Obotim Set in Siribom local government area, came into operation 2 years ago, and the management says the milestones achieved is just the beginning of more things to come. Clement Barikui, NTA News. Increasing cost of food commodities in Nigeria is a source of worry to Nigerians, and some experts blame the ripple effect of government policies as reasons for the skyrocketing prices of goods and services. Analysts describe its effect as a call for concern as Nigerians advocate better food policies to cushion its effect. Evelyn Baduepo reports.
The rising cost of foodstuff and services is taking its toll on Nigerians, and Akwa Ibom is not an exception, with prices of commodities soaring and becoming far from reach of the poor. On daily basis, traders literally struggle with exchange rates to purchase goods for sale.
When I joined this business many years ago, like 2016, there are products that have increased more than 5 times of the price before. So like the pig tape then was 6,850. Now it's 22,500.
If you budget that you are coming to buy a particular product at a price, just have it at the back of your mind that you are going to see a different price, because companies bring out prices per second, per minute, per day. And most of the times we just get confused on which price to sell.
Likewise, this price now per bag is 85,000 a bag. Then all this local one, way Sunday, that one 45,000. All those things, like prices are high now.
Statistics by the MBS indicates about 35 inflationary increase in food items as of January 2024.
The seller finds out that there are no buyers. Certainly that seller would rethink, because you are buying because you're able to sell. You would say, oh, if I buy it at this price, nobody will buy from me, so I will not buy it. And in that same chain, in that same ladder, the steps going downwards, the prices would come down. The thing is hinged on the function of demand and supply.
Commodities mostly affected are grains, yam tubers, oil and beverages, among other items. And as these prices continue to soar, Nigerians are worried over this trend and the way out of it.
Everybody, this one is as clear as day now. Everybody knows that the thing is very bad now. Like as I'm coming here today, now tomorrow I'll come here and they'll say the price has changed, it has increased. It will not decrease, it's always increasing. So that is how it is, that is how bad it is.
Salary earners, you know what it means. It's maybe you are budgeting 15,000 for the month, you end up spending 30,000. And our salary is not increasing by the day, so it affects everyone.
Amidst this rising cost of food prices, the federal government unveiled some proactive measures of intervention to cushion its impact, declaring a state of emergency on food security. Similarly, state governments, including that of Akwa Ibom, are taking a cue by recently distributing garri, a widely eaten staple, from the state-owned cassava farms and sold at subsidized rates, a gesture they say will remain that way alongside other interventions, which include provision of farm inputs identified through cluster group farmers to encourage widespread farming.
So much that is gotten from the greenhouse, when it is brought out to be sold, those items are sold at very moderate prices, affordable prices. So that's an intervention.
The government provides us with garri. We bought garri at an affordable price. My family, my husband, my children, we really enjoy it.
Interacting with some traders on this development, this class of Nigerians identified transportation of food commodities as rice, onions and beans from the northern part of the country, largely affected by the loss of demand and supply, as well as the place of marketing unions having a stronghold of prices of commodities.
I need government to cancel all the union in this state and the federal government to cancel, like garri. Without union, nobody can go to garri market and come back and sell.
You plant this water leaf like this, you carry it to remarket, union no allow you to sell. So you use the suffer. Now rainfall, all the water leaf, you no see customer because of union. You no carry and go market. So money no dey. As at now, carry is 3 cup 500.
Although the impact of the government's intervention of prices of food commodities in Akwa Ibom State is yet to be felt in the open markets, the people are advocating viable monetary policies that will lay a foundation for a long-term economic development plan.
2021 Nigeria Premier Football League NPFL champions Akwa United marked their return to the Gaswil Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, with a 3-1 win over defending champions Eyimba International of Aba. The win is coming after a poor run of results in the 2024 NPFL season. Dianime Oko reports.
The Super Eagles returned to the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, and continental engagement of Rivers United and Eyimba International of Aba informed the decision to relocate Akwa United to Eket Township Stadium as venue for their home games. The 3-1 win in Uyo therefore marks a return of the Promise Keepers to winning ways after recording 5 wins, 6 draws and 11 losses at the Eket Township Stadium to stay 17th on the NPFL log. First half strike from defender David Phillip and 2 second-half goals from mid-season signing Suleiman Sani got Akwa United the 3 goals, while Chijoke Mbama pulled one back for Eyimba International from the spot. Addressing journalists after the match, coach of Akwa United, Umar Abdullahi, attributes the big win to the team's return to its traditional home turf, while Eyimba manager Finidi George congratulates the home side for a sterling performance.
Immediately when the boys heard that they are leaving synthetic to come and play in the initial grass, they tell themselves that it has to be a new chapter of Akwa United. The fans will expect that the way the spirit is, there's no how we will bring it down. We have to make sure that the spirit is up by winning matches both home and away. I must commend them for the victory, but they have to be better on that. We were somewhere before we were in the first place, so we'll come back definitely. I believe in this team.
The fans are not left out in the frenzy as they are happy that the team is back to winning ways. They also expect Akwa United to maintain the winning streak.
Definitely, this is the home of Akwa United, and this is home of football in Akwa Ibom. You can see the crowd. You can see the difference between the crowd here and the difference between the crowd in Eke. The crowd is always, the spectators are always the 12th man on the pitch.
This is the road to redemption. The road to redemption for Akwa United has started for this season. And this is what we had always prayed for. The support base of the team has always been in Uyo at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium.
One of the best games I've seen this season. Apart from that, it was a 4-goal trailer. I saw 2 teams that wanted to win, 2 teams that attacked. You hardly see an away side come out and play like this. Eyimba was confident on the ball. They knew what they wanted to do. They passed well, but they were profligate in front of goal.
You have seen the excitement on the faces of the fans that at the end of the day, a whole team like Eyimba, Akwa is winning 3-1 is a very welcome development, and we hope they will maintain the tempo.
The Promise Keepers will next play Shooting Stars of Ibadan away at the Lekon Salami Stadium this weekend on March Day 24. From the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, Dianime Uko, NTA News.
And it is on that sporting note we end the news this morning. But before we go, a quick look at the major stories. Governor Umoino has received YPPD campees emphasizing the need for commitment. Akwa Ibom State Deputy Governor has received winners of Akone Yangenyi Girl Child Speech Competition. You also heard in the news that a privately owned palm kernel factory, Sifan Farms, has commenced production. And so it has been on the news. Many thanks for joining us. Remember to join us later in the day for a fresh package of NTOU news by 7 p.m. Until then, I remain Clement Barikunyo Tibechibangi standing by for the day's news translation.
Sirete Umoino Amada Mbono Weke Wongeke Idambro Karawai PPD ka PDP. Odiana Kamoka Steremi Amana Abo Ndito Iban Eke Kanake Mbuba Ekura Kone Yarangi Girl Child Speech Competition. Nko itie ekamba itie popo ese etemarnayo ato mutumo yogo Steremi. Ukangine mesero mendi kambro minkere utube achibo ekomboxing ni new no fino ba osinimi Kamoka Seremi ete umoino amadari ni atangano mbono weke wongeke idambro karabro YPP edika PDP bo ya moe dia na ye ukara ba toro afre fro dwa so kara no eni no stadium adi wo iwori de menye ke tangida ikomi ida mono mi ke kara eke esame ke ufogutu me ko mbo me yo ida kamoka state ake soko atang ko yimbio ke wo ke idang bre abrobro ekuru YPP edika nkang PDP mi ayemanam ya morio ketange banga mbre abori teke ke awoni unin arida ke ubengenye yemme merida ado ke anante sanga ke mememem ayenko mabo ke inintumodi ni se frewu ekpediana atoken baratoro ebobidan nyen emane bob stadium yaga wo ada nte frewu ekpe mara antida ison no mbone gwogedi idagukara mbre PDP mi amanam ya kamokraste nyine diongo bo kemmi mo mi be ngire milidia na ye ukaramo ma toro udwaga basini ege no stadium ari wo isu mi ndi tofong with itun etogo oro nation emai wana kembuba ekoto senator akone ya girl child speech competition amonko enyonge kan kembuba mi kemo emai ke kwenye udiana akamukara stadium ma kone ya yin ama sobo ye mo ke ufogutu mo anyongo bo kemo ena mafone titi ya gesuke kaiso esongo edan tru ye ko yo mbomi Ado mbone koto oral leadership round table. Eketum arunam ekoto the senator akone yaranyi girl child speech competition. Ena medion kimbuba mi adi nwam troyen ya mo etemekon with emane word and tenti medao sonki nisu. Ida kebenne ansiki kan kimbuba mi ewot ansida isoken lutemedo udeminyang amanam yagedion ke mbuba mi anam yan troyen edi woida nkoke konun troyen eto mensunso nkokara itun asineke kidak eboke koto oro nation mi yamo edi wana kembubami nko ebeni daran tommi edara udana kamokara sitkin yogoke iswa ata yinang kukangamo udana kamokara siri mi senator akone yaganyi idaganye ke soko akombie kanake mbubado amanam yagedion ke biositum arunama mi ena matatiti nkoke anambang di tomi edi kani woida kinisu ayenam yang di tomi edion ke abasinko ama abon mo ke igibogo ke mo ya ni danga ke nante mo edo mukeminko edi wonda ke frefat nda takpan po ageda titi ke dunamado ari daga eke benne ke ni tomi wot ayoyo emane no mo mention sio eno miku yo utbe achibong akombok enti atai kamba itie ufoku to mesere mkpo banga ayop etongo utomo yogo antini itemi obong Felix ekpe amanam yagedi ongo ke itemi enamutom edi temeyo esio adan udadi adan je adan isap nko amoy na mami ma ke eya nyam ke mention sio itie idogo ke kwa ebo momi pot ya ikop mbogomi ayo itie ko to Sifan Farms Nigeria Limited mi ado itie popo anyekpono taititi ese temeyo esio udadi adan emane sio adan isap mention sio utom se moenam emai kuenge panakpane tange banga meren ese norna mi ka mention sio itie sa mo se darini enya merna mi anye waka taititi bogona medion ke idogoran podketem kitem ese mana ekogisap emane ben pata isredo enyam enombo nebo kedi mention sio utom fena soko kaiso kitiemi ansini tiemi ete Felix ekpe ana medion ke itemi aretie abigi nwam mi wat eni utom nkoke esogeni ni ronyen kiniso ke wak mi wanko eya eni utom kitim mention som kpose moena ena medion ke ado ataiti sia ammo nya makpot ke nkangidere mi ado mkpo abigi wo mention so ide itie ko to Sifan Farms mi ada ke obotam sak kenkoko kara nsaribum nkwege tong itemi iswa ibadum amo esoge kaiso ikamitim ena mention suntim po esen kuwe mbonowo nkoro miwat mike ukan soso ngotai titi ke mpangotong ye mani dukate inimfen tamba
Your regular program on NTA Uyo Religion and Life Returns